Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you're tuning in, thank you for your time and welcome to the True Core Crew podcast edition. My name is Shannon Logan. I'm the owner of True Core in Annapolis, Maryland. And this week we are talking to no other than Mr. Robert Holt. What's going on, Rob?
Hey, what's going on, Shannon?
Happy Friday, sir. Happy
Thank you.
Friday.
Thank you. Yes, it is a happy Friday. Happy Friday. Any day you wake up is a happy day, you know?
Yes, amen to that. I hear you on that.
There you go.
For you guys that may not know Rob, he's a long-term member. I think you joined with us back in December of like 2016, because I think it was right before we moved buildings.
Yes. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. I was looking for another box. My box was the little box I joined in Bowie, that I was probably 7 years with these people. Great.
Wow.
January 27th, I looked it up. It was on Facebook page. January 27th, 2012, which would be what, 9 years ago. I saw it on a memory on Facebook. Is when I finished my on-ramp class.
Oh yeah.
Remember the old on-ramp classes that, you go in, you basically,
Absolutely.
I think it was like, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 6 weeks. So that's when my journey began. And my first box, like I said, was in Bowie, CrossFit Reborn. It was a small box, but man, had some great people, great coaches. They were just, I loved them to death. I still love them. They were all younger than me, of course, but they always pushed me. I always said, I always give them a hard time about doing, master weights and Kat, which I've always was impressed with Kat. She's one of the coaches. She goes, no, you're doing fine. So yeah. I kept at it and I kept going. Great energy, great fun. Unfortunately it closed, like I said. And I was looking for another box, and the first box.
And you found us.
Yeah. I remember the first box. I remember the first time I went in there. You guys were over by the bowling alley.
Yep, back in our court.
It's very weird. It's almost like you're going out on a date or something. You're nervous. You don't know what to expect, and So walked in the door. I remember Melissa. Her little corner there.
Yep.
She yelled at you, "Hey Shannon, there's someone at the desk." Went up there, talked a little bit, and told you what I was looking for, and worked out the same day.
Yeah.
So
that's back when we were tiny, and
yes,
I was still cleaning all the bathrooms and washing the floors every day, and we had a front desk crew and all that kind of jazz.
I think I don't know how, maybe a couple of months there. I think maybe.
Maybe 2 months, if that.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. The other great thing that beforehand, there were some older people, but some master athletes, CrossFitters at the other box, but there was not. I was always, you always compete. So I was always competing with the younger guys and the younger girls, and I should say girls and guys, I should say men and women. And it was great when I got to the box, to True Core, that, found a fellow master athlete, my boo, Scotty O.
Yeah.
And
Scott Obishi.
We've had some great times. We competed in the True Paw together, and we had no illusion of winning or anything, but we love to talk trash, and we had a great time doing that. We had the big thing that we always did before COVID was we went to I got it written down. It was the Mid-Atlantic Masters Classic up in Abington. I think we did that. I think we did that for like 3 years. And
I was thinking about 2 or 3.
Yeah, and we did that a couple of years, and the great thing, we asked the owner, I said, man, dude, we're 60 years old. We need to get we're competing against these young 50-year-olds. We have no chance. And he just looked at us and he said, I mean, it was the best compliment he could give me and Scott and I, was that he looked at us and said, nah, you guys are doing fine. Just come, just come. And that's, we met some amazing people, have had some great times. Scotty's more going into the Oli lifting, doing a fantastic job there.
Yep.
But yeah. And I've met some great people at TrueCore. And I've had a great time there.
Yeah, so you've been a little bit more than 4 years now at this point.
Yep.
What's kept you around so long?
Well, I think it's the number one thing is the coaching. I mean, we've had some phenomenal. I can't. There's some people that look, okay, I'm not going to go to this class because of this coach or whatever. But
hey,
never
Rob,
had a coach that I was.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
You cut. Yeah, I did. I can now. You cut out there for a second, at least on my end.
Okay.
You said the coaching, and then it was kind of blurry for a little bit.
Okay. I never had a coach that I never, said, this guy or this girl, I just can't handle it. But I've had great coaches there. That was mainly the reason. And the other reason was the people. I mean, some fantastic people come through. Sort of that's what I miss sort of now with what I do miss with COVID is, I remember, the old 430 class was sort of the rambunctious class, it was loud class and I had some great times there, So, but I would say be the coaching and the people, and of course the facility is bar none, so it's just a great place to come and work out and get your sweat on and do your thing,
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, all those three things you mentioned are top on our list. Actually, coaching being like, top of the list in terms of quality of experience. I was just talking to someone yesterday about how we train our coaches, what we expect from them, why we expected, our quality of standard, our intern process, all of that, because we want every single client that comes to a class to feel like they're getting the best service possible. So that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that.
And I apologize. I cannot remember her name. She does the weekend classes. She's new.
Heather.
I apologize. Heather,
yeah.
I apologize for that.
That's all right.
Very impressed with her. I mean, she's kind of really opened my eyes to some things that, I've heard it, but it's amazing when you hear it from somebody else, and I've, had her class today at 9:30. That was fantastic. But I think the newer coaches that have come in are great. So, so it's been fantastic,
I'd like to hear that. I'd love to hear that. So, moving on here, it is currently January 29th. We're experiencing a little internet lag here. Can you hear me on your end, sir?
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Are we caught up now? It took a second there.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Sorry about that. I think the internet was having a stopping point there for a minute. But coming up, it's currently January 29th when we're recording this, and coming up in about 6 weeks, a little bit more than 6 weeks, is the CrossFit Open. And with that, we're close again. There we go. Okay. This is not going smooth this afternoon.
No.
What was the last thing that you were able to hear?
March coming up, the CrossFit Open. It's about
awesome.
6 weeks. We got about 6 weeks left.
We got about 6 weeks left. So CrossFit Open worldwide competition starts March 11th. TrueCore is taking it and making it a TrueCore Open as well, meaning like intramural within our own gym, within our own members. We're still going to be running the CrossFit Open workouts on Saturday mornings, but we're actually going to add in a fourth week.
Great.
Instead of just ending with 3, we're going to add in a fourth. That's going to have a little bit of some fun surprises to it from a team aspect, and then an awesome party afterwards.
That's great.
So tell me a little bit about, because what I love about coaching you, what I love about having you in our gym, is that you have this saying that you say all the time, like your motto of like, swim your own race, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean for you? Like, what is that motto about?
Well, whenever you start CrossFit, you get this illusion, of going into games or whatever. But that was after a couple of times in the Open and some competition, that went away. But what it means to me is, I read this article about this girl that was doing a competition. She was prepared. She was just pumped and she was ready to go. And what she started doing was she started competing. She started seeing what other people were doing, and it really messed her up, and she didn't really do very well in the competition. And there's really kind of started using that, because that's sort of what I try to do. I don't try to, I talk trash and all that stuff. I know that, but I don't worry about what other person does. Or if they're, I should say, I don't worry. I don't try to, if they're doing 3 or 4 rounds, I don't, I got to do this. I do what I can do, and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can do, is to do it the best of your ability, not what that person can do, because there's some phenomenal athletes that they got that engine that can just keep on going. I don't have that engine. And I just try to just kind of swim my own race. I just try to do my own thing. And usually when I do that, I'm exhausted after the workout. I've given everything that I got, and that's with me. I've given everything that I've got, Now,
there you go. Yep.
The better athlete may say, well, you could have given up. No, this is the best I could do. This is the best I could do. And I've seen some phenomenal things at the Open. People are doing some amazing things that, that they thought they would never do. Snatch a PR. They finally get a double under. They get a muscle up. Whatever it is, they do it. And I think that's the thing about the Open. The Open just it's a benchmark, of where you're at.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that you will find out that you can do things that you would never have thought that you could do, because those workouts are crazy sometimes, and a lot of times it's really not your physical, because most people are fairly good shape. It's that mental part,
right.
Your brain saying, come on, you just stop. And it just really, and that's the great thing about the Open. I've had some great times with the Open. I've had some great times at the other box. I remember, I think I started, it was like 1 year, and then I decided to go into the Open, and started it. And, remember my first WOD was something like a 21:15.9 or 21:15.12.9 3, and then it goes back up with rows and burpees or something, some crazy, or some
and thrusters in there.
I think it was thrusters. Yeah.
Yep.
And it was just a dark.
I can feel
yes,
the grand lung in my chest and throat right now as we're talking about it. I have a little PTSD from that workout.
Yeah. And it's just a dark, place in your head. And you're like, just, you hear the yelling. It's almost like the Charlie Brown, wah, 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 but you hear it. And, and there's some people that want that, yelling and screaming at you. And then there's other people that just say, shut up. Don't yell at me. Let me
don't talk to me.
I got to do.
Yeah.
Me personally, I love the yelling and encouragement. And But you know, I've done some crazy workouts, and so, and I've done some, you know, you know, I got my first double under um, in an open. I PR'd a clean one time in an
Yep.
open, but I started there, and then, you know, when I came to TrueCore, did it, and I finally had someone that I could measure myself at. That was Scotty. Me and Scotty had some great, you know, friendly competitions with each other in it. I remember the first one. We were side by side. It was fantastic, you know, and you know, it was great because, you know, I think one year Scotty finished first or second, and I finished fourth in the state of Maryland in the Masters
Yeah, you
division of
guys
our
did.
age. And
Yep.
it's just, you know, it's not fun. Here we go. Got it. You there? What? Okay, I
Yeah,
was
I'm
a
here.
coach, and who was the other coach? I can't remember. Not the coach, the team captain. Um, well,
Eileen?
no, it was the year before. Um, I can't remember who it was,
Kevin?
but no. I'll think of it probably tonight when I go to sleep. I'll raise up and I'll say, you know, that's what happens when you get older. You forget. You know, you there? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Infamous fathead was created. You know, and you know, it's just a great time of year. Um, I'm glad that we're going to do that sort of you know, everybody's together, and you know, like the Friday Night Lights that
Hmm.
we had at one time. That was fantastic. It's just a great time when that community can get together and just kind of cheer people on. Because you know, the thing that I've noticed, and I had a discussion. I don't have a discussion, but you know, was that's what the CrossFit, even when we do normal workouts, is that we cheer everybody on, you know. And a lot of people don't really know that, you know, and that's the great thing. It's not, you know, once you finish your workout, yeah, you're tired, but get up and go cheer that other person on, try to get them to finish, you know. And that's the great thing about it, you know.
Yeah, and I think right now too, with COVID happening, you know, we're all still walking through COVID.
Yeah,
It's going to be really nice to have our community or True Core community together still, you know, to kind of have the heat, have the time, have it all, still find this um, connection with each other that I know a lot of us have been seeking and really missing the last 10 months.
exactly,
Um,
exactly.
Rob, if you don't mind me asking, you are around like 58 years young?
No, ma'am, I'm not. I am 60. I'll be 61 this year.
60. Okay.
So,
I was trying to remember if we had hit that 60 or
yeah.
not. I couldn't
And
remember.
even if I was, I wouldn't be offended. I mean, my philosophy is, you know, and I've said this, is you know, I know I'm going to age, but I want to grow old gracefully. So that's what I want to do. I know I'm going
Well,
to
I
get,
would say you're kicking butt,
well, I appreciate
actually.
that. I appreciate that, you know, but yeah. So
So yeah, there are so many people I think that here, especially if they're new to working out, and then new to true core, and like let's say they've been with us less than 6 months, that'll be like, hey, like this isn't. I don't want to do this because I'm not ready. I'm just going to get smoked, or like I'm fearful, or I'm nervous, or I'm not good enough, basically. Um, and you know, that first of all, that's just not true because of so
no,
many reasons.
yeah,
But we do have like the RX division, the scale division. We're going to do
yeah,
teens and masters.
exactly.
What would be your biggest advice to someone that's wondering, like, or debating in their head? Well, it sounds like a really fun time, and I'm hearing a lot about it, but I just don't think I'm good enough yet, or I need to get double unders first, or I need to get my first pull up first, or I need to get something before I'm worthy enough to
No,
participate in this.
it's not the point of the open. The open is not to be worthy. You're not, you know, I mean, I didn't have double unders when I first did my first CrossFit. I mean, and I was like, you know, and I got them, and it was like, you know, well, I'm still doing it, but it's like, you know, two singles, you know, one double under. I mean, who cares? Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, there's a scaled version, you know. There's a scaled version of the workout. So, you know, if there's double unders, that's going to say they're probably going to scale where you can do singles, you know. If you're a master, you know, like I am, you know, there's going to be, you know, they change the workout, you know. So, you know, I you know, I've got that thing by Teddy Roosevelt that's posted on the wall in the back by where the powerlifters are.
Yep.
And it's to me that says it all. And it says it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat, whose blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end of triumph of high achievement, who at worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that the place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. And that's it. That's it. You gotta try. You gotta get in there, and you gotta
Amen,
just
brother.
try. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. I think that says it all right there. You know, yeah, you're not probably going to go to the games. You know, forget that. But it's about pushing yourself, trying to see where that body is going to take you, where that mind is going to take you, and see what you can do. And yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to suck. Your mind is going to play games with you. But I guarantee you this. I will guarantee you this. When you're done, you will look back and you will say, "Dang, that was worth it. That was worth it," you know. And you weren't that person sitting on the sideline saying, "I wish I would have done something. I wish I would have done this." You were in it. You're in it. So that's I guess that's my answer in a nutshell. Just do it. Just do it and see what happens. You know,
dude. You make me want to get up right now and just knock out Fran and just go get that first open workout. I'm like inspired. I don't know if you follow or know who Brene Brown is, but she's a motivational speaker, and she's an author, and she's a teacher and a social worker and all these things. But she has a bunch of books out, and one of her books, one of her most well-known books is called Daring Greatly.
Yeah.
And it's from that quote. You know, she takes it from that quote because it's like stepping into the arena, the hardest part.
That's yes.
You know? But you won't doubt yourself once you're in. You know, it's that overcoming self-doubt to take that step across the threshold of something that you're not comfortable with. And that's why I love the CrossFit Open. Is I've been CrossFitting 10 years myself, and I've seen so many people, including me, you know, achieve things in an open workout that I never had done before. Whether it be simple basic things like a weight on a barbell, you know, like being able to do a 75-pound snatch. I remember my first year, that was a big deal, to eventually maybe a muscle up or a handstand push up. I mean, we've had so many members get their first handstand push up or handstand walk because they're just pumped up, and they have people there to support them and cheering them on. And it's just a positive environment. And that's what I love, because it just reveals people's potential and just who they can be at their core, you know, which is what true core is all about, is figuring out who you are at your core, embracing it, and just flying and succeeding with it. So, but that, I mean, dude, you just made me want to go rip out a CrossFit Open workout.
Well, I think, you know, I think I can say this. I was in a similar position when it was my second year. I said when I started, because Kat, the coach, was going to do it. And she looked at me, she says, "Are you going to do this open?" I go, "Well, I'm not going to." I had the same thing. "I'm not going to go to the games." She goes, "Well,
Right.
yeah, I know that. I'm not going to games either. Well, let's just do it." And so we kind of, get it together. And, it was not that many people, I think 3 or 4 or 5. And we had people that, but then what happened is people saw that. And then they saw, and then the next year, more people showed up and did it. And it was just, it was unbelievable. I mean, but that's, but besides the workouts and doing that, it's just that and it's an old cliche, the community, the people in the group, in the box,
For sure.
just
For sure.
pushing people on, and seeing what you can do, so
Rob, what's your big goal for the CrossFit Open this year? I mean, we don't know the workouts, right? We won't know till the week of. Each week they get released on Thursday night, and then we'll do them on Saturday morning. But what would you say your biggest hope or goal is for this upcoming year's Open?
well, unfortunately, like I'm still trying. I took like probably, I don't know, a month and a half off. So right now I'm trying to get back into the shape I was in. So and I can tell that I'm, and as you get older, you see where, my strength is still there, but a lot of other things that I can see where, I don't do as well or whatever. My goal is just to compete with myself, to see what I can do. Um, um, I have no illusion. Like I said, I have no illusion of going to the games. But I think that's my goal. My goal is basically to, if someone sees me, someone sees this 60-year-old man, can still do it. I'm hope I can what's the word I'm looking for? Inspire someone to say, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my goal. It really is. It's really, my goal is to just try to inspire people to say, hey guys, age is, I use this, age is just a number. It's, yeah, you're going to feel it more. You may not run as fast. You may not do this or that, but just get in the arena. That's what I want to do. I just want to inspire.
Get in the arena. Yes, exactly. Get in the arena. Well, you've inspired me already.
Well, I'm glad. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to finish this or anything, but there was this, when we were talked about swim your own race, I looked it up on the internet, and and I probably will pronounce her name wrong, but Mabaya Vilakasa, she's a South African poet. She wrote a poem about this one-legged South African swimmer that qualified for the Olympics, and her poem was "Swim Your Own Race," and she goes, beneath the surface tension of shattered bones, dreams, and splintered muscles, things broken and those that may never be replaced, pulling the weight of it, you do not tread the water wounded and retreat. By the determined strokes of fate, you swim your own race. And I think that pretty much says it all. I mean, if this individual that had just the courage to qualify for the Olympics with one leg, most of us have everything. Why not try it? Why not compete? Why not just put yourself out there? And I think that's a lot of, with a lot of people, is they don't want to put themselves out there because one, they don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to, fail, I can't count the times I've been embarrassed. I can't count the times how many times I failed. But the things that I've done is I've got myself up and tried again. And that's the whole thing.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Rob, I want to thank you so much, sir, for your time today, and like your experience, and like just hearing your story, and having a hell of a discussion about the CrossFit Open. I'm like, let's go. We'll see where this baby is at that point. I mean, the baby should be out. The baby should be out for a solid month by then, but we'll see how this postpartum body will do.
It's
but I'm fired up to go now.
Baby's out, you're gonna go work out.
We'll see. But anything else you want to add in, sir, or say before we wrap up today?
Like I said, there's no excuse. If you're a member of True Core, there's no excuse. You can't give me an excuse why you can't do it. You can't say that, I just started. I can't do double unders. I can't lift a certain way. You don't come to me if I ask you, hey, are you gonna do the opening? Don't come to me and give me an excuse, because there's no excuses. What I want everybody to do is be there and participate. And I understand that there's people have work schedules and all that, but I understand that. But I think we can work around that. We can.
We can, for sure.
There's ways that we can. Your work schedules. Okay, maybe you can't come to the the thing, but if you call you or some of the coach, hey, look, I've got to work this day. Can I do the workout tomorrow? I'm sure people will be available to be your scorer. And
yep, we've made it work every year for the last 6 years.
So I guess
no different.
Unless you're God forbid, unless you're in the hospital, sick, deathly sick, then you really don't have an excuse. And I would expect full participation from the box, and that's what I'm looking for.
I love it. Yes, all of it. I want it all.
Even coaches.
Yeah,
I expect everybody to participate. And I think you will find out about things about yourself that that you never thought you could. So that's all I got to say. And I appreciate you letting me
it's some
podcast.
It's some great stuff, man. That was some great stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Well, to our audience out there, thank you for taking the time to listen to us. We appreciate you. If you're part of our True Core crew, virtually or remotely, I guess I should say, or in-house, all of you can participate in the Open. You don't have to be inside our gym walls to participate. There's a virtual at-home option where you can still sign up and be a part of this awesome community and this awesome crew. Feel free to email us, info@truecorecoaching.com, with any questions, concerns, anything that you want some clarification on. We're more than happy to help you out. And once again, Rob, thank you so much for your time. It has been an honor and a joy, sir, to speak to you. And guys, tune on in next time, and I look forward to speaking and talking to you all soon. Have a great day.